Welcome to three-phase motors video. This is the part 1 video. We'll be telling about the working principle of three-phase induction motors. Let us see. The working principle of three-phase induction motor is the same as that of DC motor. Whenever a current carrying conductor which is placed in a magnetic field, it will be experiencing a mechanical force. Let us say this is one conductor and it is carrying current. Okay, it is carrying current in this direction. Maybe whatever may be the direction, it is carrying current. So the current carrying conductor is there, and let us say I is the current, and there may be magnetic field also. Let us draw magnetic field like this. So this is magnetic field. How will be indicating? N and S, N and ES. So N to S magnetic flux will be there, and the I also will be creating the current in the conductor, that also will be creating a magnetic field. Okay, so the direction of two fluxes are there. Two fluxes are there that will be interacting together and it cannot cut. Two fluxes cannot cut. So what will try? It will try to pull the conductor away. So that is the reason it is getting a mechanical force. So this is the working principle of three-phase induction motor. Whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field, it will be getting a mechanical force, or it is developing a mechanical force. This is the working principle, same as that of DC motor. Let us see further. This is the stator of a induction motor, three-phase induction motor. It is distributed winding and number of windings are placed in the stator like this on the slots of stator. So this is the stator winding in the three-phase motor. It can be star winding or it can be delta winding. As you are knowing, a three-phase winding can be star with similar terminals connected together or dissimilar together connected together for a delta. And the three-phase supply, how the three-phase supply is available? Actually, three phases are there and each phase are having 120-degree phase difference. 120-degree phase difference is what meaning is that the red, it is coming the maximum current first, and the yellow will be coming the next current after 120-degree phase difference, and B will be the next item to come with maximum flux. So when the maximum flux is happening, R here maximum flux and Y here maximum flux and B here maximum flux. These three are not maximum at the same time. The time period is different. The maximum flux will be happening at different timings. That is known as phase sequence. R first, Y next, B next. So we can say it is the phase sequence R, Y and B. And you tell how many phase sequences are possible in a three-phase system. Actually, there are only two possibilities. You can just change two windings. R let it be like that, and B to the mid position you changed, and Y to the next position. So RYB or RBY. These are the two possible phase sequences. These are the only two phase sequences possible in the three-phase system. Yes, you are knowing. So the current is happening either R first, then Y, then B. So RYB, or R first, B next, or Y next. So that is the two possible phase sequence. Okay. So in a three-phase system, what we have to tell, R will be maximum current first, the flux also. The current and flux is happening the same time. So R maximum flux and Y next maximum flux and B next maximum flux. You think it like this, and we'll be just seeing a stator. Assume that this is a stator of a three-phase induction motor. There are different windings like this, which is in the same phase sequence. Okay, what is the phase sequence? Yellow, sorry, blue, yellow, and red. Blue, yellow, and red. BYR, RYB. It is changed as BYR. It is same thing. BYR. It is the winding. Okay. Now you are giving supply. Presently there is no supply. When you are giving supply, let us say the yellow is having maximum flux. Yellow is having maximum flux. Then Y will be having maximum flux. Then R will be having maximum flux. So what is happening? The maximum flux was at blue, then yellow, then red. It is shifting from blue to yellow to red. And if it is continuing like this, blue, yellow, red. So if it is moving like this continuously, what happens? Finally, we will be getting a revolving flux. So this is the production of revolving flux in the stator. Actually, when we are giving three-phase supply at different times, flux will be there. First blue, then Y, then R. Effectively, what happens? The flux is rotating. Okay, so this is known as what? Rotating magnetic field in a rotor. Where it is happening? In the stator winding. So in the stator winding, there is a rotating magnetic field. Here indicating this green dot as flux. So this is the flux at stator which is rotating, that is known as rotating magnetic field. Okay, and the rotating magnetic field, it will be known as or its speed will be known as synchronous speed. So this is the speed of that rotation. The flux is rotating, and that speed of the rotor stator flux, it is known as synchronous speed. The speed of rotating magnetic field in the stator, it is known as synchronous speed, and it is denoted by ns. The synchronous speed equation is 120 f by p, frequency, and p is the number of poles. If frequency is more, synchronous speed will be more. If frequency is more, synchronous speed will be less. So what is synchronous speed? Synchronous speed is the speed of the rotating magnetic field in the stator. What is the equation for that? Ns is equal to 120 f by p. So this is the revolving field happening. And next, if you are placing a rotor here, okay, if a rotor is there in the center, obviously in the motor, stator will be there and rotor will be there. And this is the rotor, you assume like that, and the rotor will be having conductors definitely. Let us draw some conductors also. The rotor will be having conductors. Then what happens? The flux is cutting what? Conductors. When flux is cut by conductors, what happens? EMF will be induced in the conductors. EMF. Okay, so there will be EMF in the rotor conductors. In the rotor conductors, EMF will be there, and the advantage is the rotor is a circuit. It is a closed circuit in the squirrel cage rotor. Whenever there is a circuit, EMF will make current. Because of the EMF, there will be current. And when current is there, what happens? It will be giving a mechanical force. We already studied, or in the first slide, whenever there is a current carrying conductor in the magnetic field, there will be a mechanical force. Now current is available, there will be a mechanical force. And what mechanical force will do? That will be rotating the rotor. So that is the reason for rotation of rotor in a three-phase motor. Whenever there is a EMF, there will be a current, and that is producing torque, and that is rotating the rotor. In another words, we'll be telling something else. So now EMF is there. What is the Lenz's law stating? The Lenz's law state that the EMF will try to reduce the EMF. Or why? By opposing the reason. Okay, if there is some EMF induced, as per Lenz's law, the EMF will oppose cause producing that. Here, EMF is produced in the rotor. What is the reason? It is because of the flux cut of the stator revolving flux. So stator revolving flux is there in that green dot you are seeing, and that is cut by the conductors. EMF is induced. Then how the EMF can be reduced? How EMF can be reduced? EMF can be reduced by rotating the rotor in the same direction. If the stator is rotating in the same direction, if your rotor is also rotating, then what happens? Your flux cut will reduce. Your flux cut will reduce. When the flux cut is reduced, EMF will be reducing. So for that, the rotor keeps rotating. The rotor will rotate to the position the EMF is minimum. Okay. Now, when the EMF will be 0 or minimum, okay, that is the condition when rotor is rotating at synchronous speed. When the rotor is rotating at synchronous speed, it will be having no flux cut. Okay. Why? It is both are rotating at synchronous speed. The rotating magnetic field is already at synchronous speed. If the rotor is reaching synchronous speed, what happens? There will be no EMF. Now what happens? If the rotor is rotating at synchronous speed and there is no EMF, means it will be having no current. It will be having no current means it will be having no torque. If no torque, what happens? Motor will stop. That means if the rotor is reaching synchronous speed, it will stop. When stops, what happens? When stops, it will be inducing the maximum EMF, because at standstill, the maximum EMF will be available due to maximum flux cut. Then what happens? It will be having higher current and higher torque. So again, what the rotor has to do? The rotor has to rotate. That means if the motor is reaching synchronous speed, it will stop, but it has to rotate further. So the induction motor, what do is, it will never rotate at synchronous speed. The rotor of three-phase induction motor will not rotate at synchronous speed because it is an unstable condition. When it is at synchronous speed, it will stop. So that is not possible to stop the rotor. It has to rotate because EMF will be induced when it is stopped, when it is standstill. So the rotor of three-phase induction motor will never attain the synchronous speed. It will just run below the synchronous speed. Okay, so this is happening in the three-phase induction motor. Now you think about how you will be able to change the direction of rotation. How you will be able to change the direction of rotation. Now it is in the anti-clockwise direction. If you want to rotate in the clockwise direction, you have to change the phase sequence. What is the phase sequence now? It is BYR. Now it is BYR. Okay. Now you have to change the phase sequence as BRY. BRY. So what happens? The first will be blue will be happening. If in that case, then red will come, then Y. So what happens? You can see the direction of flux change will go like this. BRY. BRY means it is changing the direction of rotation by changing the phase sequence. So by changing the phase sequence, you can change the direction of rotation of rotating magnetic field, and the direction of motor rotation also will change. So to change the direction of rotation of a three-phase induction motor, what you have to do? You have to change the direction of, you have to change the phase sequence by interchanging two phases. By changing RY or YR, here you can change the direction of rotation. Now, whatever we are told right now, we'll just see. When there is no supply, the rotor stands still. When there is no supply, the rotor is standstill. And when supply is just given, the flux arises. And what happens? The flux cut starts. Then the motor has to do something. EMF is induced. And the flux starts rotation in this direction. Flux rotates. Flux rotates. And then the rotor starts rotation in a small speed. The rotor rotates maybe in a small speed. Okay, that has to be rotated, and still it is rotating at more speed and more speed and to the maximum speed possible, that is just near to the rated speed, just near to the synchronous speed. The motor will continue rotation. So that is the stable condition. So what is about rotor speed? The rotor will always will be running at the less than synchronous speed. Why? At synchronous speed, the problems I already told, we'll just review that. At synchronous speed, there will be no flux cut, and there will be no EMF, and there will be no torque production. Whatever we are told previously, the same thing repeated here. And the high flux cut will be and EMF at standstill. At standstill, we can know that the flux cut will be maximum and EMF will be maximum. When it is like that, it has to rotate again. So that is not a stable condition. It is an unstable condition to reach the synchronous speed. So what happens? Always the rotor will be rotating less than the synchronous speed. So this is the working principle of three-phase induction motor we have studied, and the change in direction of rotation method by changing the two phases of three-phase supply.